Hello guys. All right, for this month's warm-up, we are going to start with 30 seconds of high knees. So get ready. We're going to have 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Clock's up, 30 seconds. High knees. You're going to have your knees coming up to chest, high as you can get them, and you want to make sure that you have sprint arms. See how my arms are moving directly in front and behind? There should be no side to side motion, and the more you move your arms, the better warm up you're going to get and the higher your knees are going to go. So 5 more seconds. Here we go. Keep going strong and finish up. The next is the speed ladder. You're going to imagine that there's an imaginary square in front of you, and your feet are going to go in, out, in, out, in, out. 3 times, and then you're going to do a double squat. So here we go. In, out, in, out, squat, squat, and continue on. It can be a little bit of a mind twister to get your feet down, but I find actually saying in, out, in, out, in, out is very helpful. So maybe you can try it too. 1 full minute, we're already over halfway done. Keep it going, try to get your feet going as fast as you can. And over the month, we hope you get faster. Last 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, you're done. Next exercise, we're going to roll down and we're going to walk our hands out into the top of a plank. Wrists under shoulders, drive the hips back into downward facing dog. Nice long spine. You can bend the knees if you have to. And then you're going to come back to the plank plank position and do a push-up. And you're going to repeat, driving hips back into down dog, into the push-up. And you're going to do 5 repetitions. Your hands and feet stay. They're not moving. They stay in one position. And then once you finish your 5 push-ups, you're going to drop your knees down and bring your butt to your ankles for bear squats. And you're going to complete 12 bear squats. When you extend the legs, you want to squeeze or contract your quads. So you're getting that extra little warm up in your legs. Once you finish 12, go back up into the full plank position and then go into upward facing dog for a nice stretch. Bring your shoulders down and back, open up the collarbone. Don't strain yourself. And then hips up and back, and then slowly walk your hands back up into a standing position. Next up, we have lateral shuffle taps. 2 shuffles to the side, tap, 2 shuffles to the other side, tap. You want to have your chest up and eyes forward the whole time. So if you can't necessarily reach the ground by keeping your eyes forward and your chest up, then just reach towards the ground and don't tap, because you want to maintain that sort of squat, upright squat position. 10 more seconds to go. I don't have a lot of room here, so if you have more room, you might look a little better than me. All right, finish up.
2, 1.
Next, we're back down onto the ground and we're doing quadruped knee circles. So wrists under shoulders, knee under hips. You're going to extend the knee backwards and around as slowly as possible. I'm not really going very slow here, but I think I was hurting that day, so that's about as slow as I could muster. You want to go 5 in one direction on the one leg, and then you want to go in the other direction. You also want to think about where your hips are in line with the floor. So you don't want there to be too much rotation. You want to keep your hands anchored into the ground and just move from the hip. So then complete 5 in the other direction. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side, on the other hip. Plant your hands down into the ground, your knees down into the ground. And you're going to go 5 in one direction, so drawing the knee back, up, out, and around. And you want to drive that knee forward too. 5 repetitions, and then reset and do 5 in the other direction. So driving the knee forward, and then out, up, back, and around. Again, keeping the hips as parallel as possible. Obviously, there's going to be some tilt, but you can help counteract any rotation by thinking about keeping your hands planted down into the ground. Alrighty. Next up we have baby or full spinal rolls. First I demo the baby. You're going to put your hands behind your knees, round your back and roll back, and then extend the legs out and lean forward. Try not to have too much of a rounded back there. And these are the baby rolls. Now, if you want to go a bit further, able to go a bit further, you can do the full spinal roll. So you're just going to bring the knees back towards your ears basically, and roll back up and extend the legs out and reach forward. My back does hunch over a bit there. I'm trying to negate that. I want to keep a nice straight back. It doesn't really matter. You're getting a nice stretch. You're going one way and then the other with your spine. I demo a few from the other side so you can see a bit better how my shoulders are going and where my knees are going on the full one. So you can see my knees go right back to my ears, and then I roll forward and extend out. So in total, you want to do about 10 of these. Before you move on to the next exercise. Next up we have lateral monkey walks. So you're going to get down into a low squat, and you're going to move from side to side. You can take a look at what I'm doing here. I'm going to try to break it down for you a bit more so you can perform it better. You want to place your non-leading hand first. So if you're going to the right, you want your left hand to touch down first, followed by your right hand, and your back foot landing first, followed by your other foot. So you can see here my back foot touches down gently first, and then my other foot. Back foot first, then other foot. Driving your hips up as high as you can. You want to try to get those hips up and over, almost vertical. But start low and then progress higher. And last up, we have some hip opening switch climbers. So get down into that low squat again. You're going to walk your hands out into the top of a push-up position, wrists under shoulders. You're going to bring one foot up to the outside of your hand, and then you're dynamically going to switch sides, back and forth. You want to do about 8 to 10. Then you're going to crawl back into the low squats. And then you're going to walk back out into the top of a push-up position again. Now, if the dynamic is too much, you can do this variation where you just simply switch side to side, which is a little bit less strenuous. But if you can do the dynamic, do the dynamic. Do about 8 to 10. And as you walk back in, try to keep your knees nice and low to the ground. And also think about your toes. If you're not wearing shoes, which I hope you're not, you're going to roll up on the toes, work that dorsiflexion, that bending your toe in that direction, which is quite good for any single leg lunging or anything like that. So you can work that here too. Do 10 more. Slowly walk back in. And then we're done and you're ready for your workout. Have fun!